hello, and welcome to Critical Tumble, where a bunch of longtime friends and internet nerds transcend geography through the power of Discord to play Dungeons and Dragons, and unfortunately be felled by food poisoning when they should be celebrating their victory. Because my Habs played with their eyes closed the other night. Seriously, just no. Anyway, previously, the Cupcake Coterie finally hit it's sort of Underdark adjacent at the very least, heading in the direction of Cragveer because they need living fire, so Jenna can begin the work of forging their weapons into things that could conceivably kill a god. There's some other stuff they have to get to, so there's like trips to the Shattered Lands in the offing, stuff along those lines. But of course, the first thing they need is the living fire, which will not only imbue weapons with fire if necessary, but also she needs that to like actually forge the weapons. Of course, Cragveer is in a state that nobody really knows too much about because word isn't coming out of there. They just know that like baskets of entrails occasionally turn up. Then we found out why. Because there is a kobold city. Not as nice as the kobold settlements you guys have run into thus far. These ones are very much worshipping Tiamat. They are very much into haruspicy, which is reading the future via entrails, so there you go. And it's basically right in the way of your impending trip to Cragveer. So you got to get through it. Now, a plan was hatched in that Alice would get an aerial view to find out a good way to navigate the place with minimal engagement. The other thing that they decided would be a good idea to do would be to set up a distraction, which after various bits and pieces that Clarity did, in fact, take copious notes on. Basically, Cherie has done the arcane ward thing where you can store a spell in a glyph. But she has done that on a scroll, which she is giving to Alice, and when she's got the lay of the land, she is going to put that on a wall of the temple, assuming she can find it, so that when it's time for you guys to navigate the city, you just torch the building and figure that most people are going to be heading in the direction of that to put it out. But the best part of this idea is that at least up until she actually casts the arcane ward, Ryland is going to go with her to the point that Michigan and Darwin marked as the best way to... Basically, it's the closest you can get to the city without being spotted. And Ryland's going to cast Invisible on Alice, and that is unfortunately going to poof when she casts the rune, but they're trusting that she'll be able to get away from there. But yeah, Clarity watched Cherie doing the wizard mathematical underpinnings of the universe, and it was very interesting, but she still didn't understand how it worked. Probably not the sort of thing you can learn by watching. But, you know, we insisted that Clarity would be there because she would not want to miss that. I know this for truth. Also, it turns out that either because of some quirk of genetics or because Hazel's been using him as a conduit for divine energy, Michigan can see the unseeable. Finding that one out was hilarious. Mostly because it involved...
Gremlin, now featuring additional true sight.
Well, it did involve Michigan looking balefully at Darvin's arcane eye, like, why aren't you listening to me? Not understanding that it's only arcane eye, not arcane ear. That would be kind of hilarious, thinking about it.
There are spells that are kind of like that.
I am aware, but I'm more picturing this. Yeah, you switch on True Sight, and there's just this ear floating through the air.
Darvin's like, if I change the key, just like, I wonder.
So yes, okay. Lunch happened. Hazel filled y'all with calorically dense meat pie, except in the case of Ryland, that was veg pie. Still equally bowling ball. Picture Hazel wearing that grin as she's doing the "so how was it?" And no, she did not fill it full of spicy. And Alice is just gets up and on her way to get herself ready, ruffle of Hazel's head. You did good, kid.
If I remember correctly, after finishing his, Darvin basically just leaned back and went.
And she is take the compliment. You did do that very well, though I might want to teach you a few tricks with the pastry. And giving you all looks of... her look is, just give her words of affirmation, guys. She did not set fire to anything, and this was actually tasty, so come on. And Barnabas is...
Right.
Barnabas is just like, you did see how fast that disappeared, right?
Yeah.
Take the win.
I'm taking the win.
You're going to be a regular chef before long.
I don't think anything about Hazel could be qualified as regular. Chef, yes. Regular? Don't ever change. Don't ever change, Hazel.
Perhaps she will moonlight cooking in the restaurants in Egrev renowned for their spiciness.
There's an idea.
I mean, food noodles exist. Ooh.
I mean, Hot Pots does about once every 3 months sort of a amateur hot pot night. It's sort of like the potluck kind of situation that kobolds do. You get to use their facilities, and you make food.
I don't think Hazel's grin has gotten quite this wide, ever. Like, the physics are starting to bend and warp around her face right now.
You're going to have to cast Healing Word on yourself if you keep grinning like that. Your lips will split.
Ha! Have.
See?
Clarity starts squishing her cheeks like this.
So
yeah, Cleric has become a wobble.
And Alice comes back leaning in the door. So, am I getting a Ryland to follow me around, or are they weighed down by by pie?
No, I'm coming.
It's a fair question. I mean, that
Very fair.
That was That was magnitude of pi. I can get away with saying that because her face is still getting massaged, apparently. And sorry, was Hazel doing another death ward? Because I know that was something you were going to flag up at the end of session, and you're still having your face smushed. So
Yeah, I do. I have another death ward, so.
Wait, before anybody goes anywhere.
yes,
One more spell thing.
if this is the death ward, can I remind you we were going to try to avoid god magic?
That is a good point, yeah.
Fork.
Hazel, because this is you in covering all bases mode. I could ask for a wisdom check for you. You remember how Shuri was talking about, she has greater invisibility, which lasts a much shorter time, but probably long enough to get out of dodge at Alice speed, and B, she can cast magic through a familiar. So if she made a familiar and followed, she could just recast invisibility to get Alice gone, and probably would not need Death Ward if you can't see her.
I have an idea. Shuri, you have a familiar.
Well, I can,
right?
if you wait 10 minutes, I can create one.
And if you were to follow within whatever weird range stuff familiars work with, you could probably cast invisibility through that, right? Because it requires you putting hands on people.
And not invisibility, greater invisibility. It's not as long a spell, but it works through spellcasting.
Even better. There's our solution to the death ward problem.
Ah, I see. Right, we don't know much about the local fauna, but we're still going to need something that can fly and see in the dark.
Bat?
I was going with owl, actually.
Oh, better, actually. Yeah, no sound. Point. Nice.
I was also heading in the general direction of the new ritual casting room. Thank you for that, by the way. Anyone who wants to see me make an owl, by all means.
Sure.
Why not?
And yeah,
I want to watch Clarity watch this.
and yeah, when you get there, it goes to the center of the room, and it's a ritual circle, but it's a very mathematically arranged ritual circle. This is... Hazel knows basic mathematics. None of those are numbers.
That's not a number. That's a letter. Why is that a letter?
That's a glyph, actually. You're mistaking it for an R. It's not an R.
This is probably going to get explained later.
No, because
Later.
no, because I was in school for 3 years to learn this. I don't have that kind of time.
No, I mean, like, not fully explained.
Ritual. Shush.
Yes.
10 minutes later, after the kind of pattern that you remember, the spirograph.
At my grandmother's house.
Love
those things.
You can tell the ages of some of us here by the nods, bewildered expressions. I always wanted one of those, but I never got one.
There's
I think I
actually a
meant
to say
version
something
I think I can
name-wise.
find online.
Yeah, it is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's not the same though. It's the physical moving
Yeah.
it along the gears.
True.
Anyway, yes. After that kind of a situation, gesture, muttered word, and one of those little scops owls. They're about yay big. And in the center of the circle. Small, dark colored, no sound, dark vision.
Oh, perfect.
And because this is not
Name?
widget,
I like it.
it had to be a W name. Woofles. Widget. Right, off you go.
Good luck.
Does Trinket want to play? Does Trinket want to be a cleric? Does Trinket want to be a church griffin? Well. Oh, incidentally, may not have mentioned to anyone but Spiegel, but the originator of the idea of the church griffin, my favorite author, Shannon Maguire, she wrote church griffins, and the name Michigan came from the home place of the family that one of her series is based around. Because it is Buckley,
Michigan.
Buckley Township, Michigan. And I told her about Michigan. Apparently this sparks joy.
Here's a... Is it weird that my brain went to Alice?
Oh, Lord. And I thought mine was bad when I went Gizmo. That's worse.
At which point, Alice A gets revenge on Darwin's behalf, finger in the ear. Now you know how it feels.
I know how it feels! Why do you think I know to do it?
Come on. Let's go do the dangerous. Always leave him laughing. Kissed Remy's forehead and out. With Widget in tow.
Is this where someone says, have fun sneaking into the town?
No.
Somebody else says, do you think it'll work?
You rush a miracle, Azamar, you get lousy miracles.
Sparking joy.
We were gonna have Princess Bride references. Thanks for that, Marion. Thanks so much. So
Nothing.
okay, so this is gonna be fun. Rylan, I'm gonna ask for a stealth check. Thankfully, you guys do move relatively quietly, and there isn't too much in the way of light to reflect off Alice's wings at the moment. Though you do get a whole lot more quiet when, as you pass a branch point where it's very clear from the scratched out marks on the floor that you don't want to go that way. There's noise from down there, fairly close. And a sort of... There's no, light to indicate fire, but you know that rush of heat that indicates there's a fire over there somewhere? There's a brief burst of that, and it has to be large if you can feel the warm wind, but you can't see it. Yeah. Alice kind of right by the shoulders and moving swiftly on, kind of thing. There's some other bits of noise. This is its own kind of wilderness, and while Rylan might be used to moving through the forest and seeing the occasional wolf take down prey, a pack of cloakers taking down some large, unidentified, probably mammal down a path in that general direction reminds you that, yeah, this is an ecosystem, and while you are not at the bottom of the food chain, nor are you the apex predator.
Not even close.
And eventually you start hearing that proto-draconic that was coming out of Michigan's face. And you see at around Michigan height the little carved out pair of triangles that must be the church griffin interpretation of Hazel's hairbow. So this is apparently the place. I'll say kind of, there's a little of the tongue, and why do they have philosophers on guard duty?
All hands on deck, possibly.
Or maybe they're just all like that because they're currently debating which head of Tiamat you should start worshipping. Because you've got because you've got the 5 heads, and you want to address
Right.
each in turn, and one is definitely start with the red, for they are not so subtle and quick to anger. Another one is talking about the green because poison you never see coming, and it, oh my god. Why do I want to get Skylar down here to, when she's older, to...
I'm glad we're having the same thought process.
Yeah, because me, I'm laughing. She's just... Okay. I'm figuring that Cherie is watching, so do your thing. Then do your thing.
Yep, I'll cast the invisibility.
And while you don't see you don't hear the owl, you do hear wings. Because, no, owl-lissay is not a thing. Now, are you going to teleport back to the door straight away, or are you sneaking?
I want to take, like, maybe a couple of steps back, but I still want to somewhat do my best to keep my, like, ears out, I guess, since I won't be able to see her coming back in.
That was not the plan. The plan was you backing up in case patrol came out.
No, that's what I'm thinking, is, like, backing up.
Yeah, no, you...
And
Okay, sorry. The plan was you were supposed to go back to the house. Because she was going to sneak out and through. And she didn't want to worry about... And what I was going to ask was, are you teleporting straight there, or are you listening for a couple of those weird spots you passed on the way?
I'm gonna stop at where I felt the heat for a moment, just to see if that signature is still there.
Make me a perception check. Not so much the heat at the moment, but the air is definitely more humid. You've been in enough bathhouses to know that that could be heated water. And there is also a noise that could very well be a growl. A very large, very deep growl from over there somewhere. This
Very
is
much
potential.
making
Yeah, this is
mental note for later.
yeah, this is potentially why the scratches are there for no.
Making a note for later. Still going back.
If you're going back on foot or teleporting from there. I mean, if you've gone to the place where you felt the heat, you're fairly close to the door now.
Then I'll probably just walk the rest of the way if I'm pretty close.
Still gonna ask for a stealth check from you. Yeah, you
Oh no.
get to the. Yeah, you pause for a minute in front of that tunnel with the heat and the check marks of no. You turn around and are back in the direction of the door, and you misjudge, and you kind of smack your shoulder into the corner. You know how if you're turning around in a narrowish spot, sometimes you're. And that was a thump. Not very much of a thump, but a thump. The growling increases in volume.
I immediately panic invisibility on myself.
Okay. Are you standing or are you running?
I'm going. Like, panic invisibility and just I am gone now.
Okay. Are you looking back at all?
Not
Okay.
with any immediacy, no.
Yeah, okay. You definitely hear... Make me a dex save. I need to look up something because I was not expecting this to be a... Oh dear. Oh, okay, no. Eh. That was... Christ. So, okay, you're in the middle of a tunnel, you don't really have any place to dodge, and, you do round the corner, but you also take 60 points of fire damage from behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 6-0, I assume.
Yes.
Just double checking.
I'm assuming someone's like.
You're,
holding the door
they're
down
not
to-
that close. They do, however, manage to round a corner, and it's fairly clear that whatever that was may not have seen you. May have just been torching the tunnel on principle from where they last heard. And okay, I'm not sure if there's invisibility isn't a concentration spell, is it?
Rock,
sure
it
it is.
is. Okay, hold on.
Oh my god! You can't hold two concentration spells!
No,
You dropped it on Alice in the middle of the air!
No, I should have looked into it. No, that's on...
God.
Oh, God.
Well, the invisibility's off you, and that's when you realize what you just did.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. I was hoping to have this be like a really simple infiltration mission where Alizé didn't get in any fucking trouble.
Oh my god.
Okay, so for the sake of brevity, I'd have Rylan go in, slam the door behind them, and then make that face, but liberally covered in burns and probably with bits of their clothing smoldering.
Are you okay?
How far off the
they are
usual did we go? Cause that
And at which point, Cherie is, why did Alizé stop being invisible a minute ago?
What?
Something tried to fireball me in the hell and I panicked.
Wait, so it wasn't that you lost concentration because of the fire, it was because you...
It was because I panicked and I did a stupid and I just...
Oh no.
and you cast it on yourself.
Oh god.
Well, I'm getting copious amounts of swearing. Quiet swearing, granted, but still swearing.
I wish I feel so fucking stupid.
Oh dear.
Recriminations right now are not necessary.
I know.
Because at the same time, I understand. At the same time, yes, that was a bad idea, but let's just...
We'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, let's get a start with tending to those burns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if it saw me. I just... Supposed to be behind on this. Come on.
You could have been nice to the poor sod. You really could have. Which point you get...
Be okay.
Oh, pants.
Oh gods, what?
Well, you recall how white is quite reflective.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Familiars don't have a whole lot of hit points. Health or anything. That if you manage to hit one with, say, an arrow, they're going to die. Or discorporate, more to the point. Not really death, it's back to the spirit world from whence they came. Sorry, Widget. So I can't track her from here, and they're shooting at her.
Oh god.
Are we going in?
I don't know what we're doing.
We have a
Well, could someone with healing ability heal this poor sod?
30's was just about to hug Rylan and pour in 20 points of lay on hands.
Yeah, Ava will do a cure wounds.
Weasel's right there.
No,
Okay,
but
never mind.
save spells.
David,
Save
if we have
spells.
to run back in and save her.
That's all right.
There is the other problem of we now need to get to the city through something large and fire wielding that apparently knows something's out here.
Is it still out there, do we think?
I
Yes.
don't know. It's probably on alert.
I mean, I
There
can
was-
pass it out a trace, but if it has anything like True Sight or Tremor Sense, that's not going to do shit.
I mean, we can't
next-
make assumptions. Let's find out what it is.
I mean, I guess we don't have much choice.
Kind of the only thing to do is to at least try and meet Alizé halfway.
That depends on what exactly she is going to be doing at this point. You know what she's like.
Uh-huh.
And it's not as though I could cast greater invisibility on her when I'm just trying to keep up. I don't think any owl can outfly... The moose can't outfly her!
I'm sorry.
No. This wasn't me sighing at you. This was me sighing at my own limitations. I do that.
I still feel bad.
Rylan. Compartment? The feel bad's for later. Now,
I'm trying.
that way.
I'm gonna go scout. We need more information.
Okay.
Yep.
Probably best to do that before we charge, because some of us are not stealthing.
Nope.
No.
It wants to be a 21. It's gonna be that.
Well, at least it doesn't want to be any worse. It's always good. So yeah, Clarity knows her way around, walking around stone canyons. Whatever it is isn't still in the corridor anymore, as far as you can tell. But make me a perception check regardless.
Nothing.
Ah, no.
No, it's clear. Apparently, it just decided to breathe fire down a corridor and went away.
I'm going to sneak a little farther.
So you're going to be sneaking past the cavern with the no marks. Or are you going to sneak into the cavern with the no marks?
What are the no marks? I'm a little unclear.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, you weren't there 2 weeks ago. What happened?
Yeah.
And I short-handed it for the people who were basically as Michigan was. They sent out Darwin's arcane eye, but they figured that it would take forever to go through every pathway to find the route to the city. So they had Michigan use other senses, hearing, smell, etc., to guide the eye so it didn't take as long. And when Michigan marked the paths that you marked a lot of the paths you were supposed to go down, but there was one, the one that Rylan was apparently flambéed from, that has this mass of scratches on the floor, like, do not enter kind of a thing. Just, no. The one with the heavy scratches on the floor right in front of the cave entrance, or the tunnel entrance, more to the point, that's the no marks. That's the one where Michigan stopped and literally scrabbled across the entire ground to go, don't go down there. And that is apparently where Rylan heard the thing and got the fire from.
Okay, and then which direction did Alice supposed to have gone?
Other direction, basically. You can see Mark. Well, actually, no. With that perception check, you can't see shit. So you don't really know which way Alice went from there. You just know that must be where. From here, that must be where that thing came out and flambéed Rylan, and I don't see anything else. Everything else could just be like cavern wall. You did house break-ins, not tunnel shit.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do another glance around. Coast is clear. And then go back.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going to ask for another stealth check. Pray.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
33.
Nat 20.
Oh no.
Also, given what it is, oh boy, here we go again.
Oh, I was one away.
Oh no.
Dang.
Yeah, and just as you're hitting the now we're making a dex save.
Okay.
This should be a little better for you.
Yeah, no, same.
No.
Yeah, that's 58 points of fire damage breathed directly at your back. Although you do have,
Is to 29.
yes.
Okay.
By leaping around that same corner, apparently something is now knows something's around, and if you turn your back on it, it's going to flambe you.
Okay.
Oh, great.
All right. I'm gonna go through the door, a little singed. So, I thought there was something not there, but apparently there is something very much there. And, it's bad. It's fiery. I'm okay then.
Do we think it's a dragon?
I mean, ouch, but. Huh?
Do you think it's a dragon? Certainly sounds like one.
Babe,
I have
hold
no
still.
idea. I'm fine. I'm fine.
You know, I'm not even
I think
asking.
Ron-
I'm not even asking for a fucking deception check. No, no.
It's like smoking a little. I'm fine.
The tiefling asks you to ignore the evidence of your eyes and ears.
You're resistant to fire and you are still smoking. That is not.
Actually, shouldn't it have been less than that
Yeah,
because you do also have like it's either uncanny
Oh,
dodge or
again.
evasion.
Yeah, so it's an evasion. So add like 14 more.
Still smoldering a little bit, but
Ryan, you got 9 points from Ava.
I got it. Thank you.
Not much, but
I'm going to have to deploy some, nonsense to ensure you people stop getting hurt! And that be a mass, I'm doing mass healing word.
okay.
At this level. 10. Make that 5 more on top of that.
I'm back to full.
And that would have been for Rylan as well. So
I've been marking.
just making sure.
Where?
So it's
now we have to get past that as well.
I was really.
Uh,
I feel like I was very, very careful and stealthy. Even if I didn't see anything, I felt. I think it's just really noticing things.
I mean, again, if it has tremor sense or true sight or something like that.
Tremor sense is usually more common, and it doesn't seem like it's pursuing. I don't know if anyone's noticed.
It's true.
It's too big to wedge itself through the.
Could be.
I saw the marks where Michigan had scrabbled.
Nope.
So
Nope, nope, nope.
Yes,
Yeah.
we noticed.
That's where it was coming from, I assume.
Okay, I would
Yeah.
like everybody to make me a wisdom check, please.
Okay.
eight, 9.
oh, there's the high roll when I need it.
Wow. For once in his life, Darvin's might be actually be a little with it.
Yeah, but because because of
He had
the
it first.
yeah, and you know, because Rylan needs this right now. Michigan has more words than you think Michigan has. Thinks Rylan. Would it be worth asking Michigan what Michigan smelled that made that such a no?
Good point.
Michigan?
Yep.
What did it smell like? Where you dug the no chasm.
Burn water. This one's more of a Darwin thing. Liquid, because Michigan doesn't really know from liquids. So it's something water. Liquid that burns. It's some kind of, like, gasoline or so. That's a machine.
Fuel, oil, something that burns.
It's a construct?
Or at least a machine.
Huh.
It was not another giant Tiamat machine.
Not in these tunnels.
Ugh.
I was gonna say.
They ain't that big, I don't think.
Very much prefer to not deal with another one like that.
Though it might not
You
be...
and me both.
I mean, if it's a machine, then... Is it simply a... Well, I mean, I don't think it's a trap of some sort. Michigan. Did it smell... alive? If you know, I don't know if that's clear. Or smell like meat? I'm trying to think, is this a creature? Is this a machine? What is this? What are we dealing with? Is this simply a trap of some sort? Most of that was directed just in general.
Yeah, and Michigan appears to be thinking about this, and looks at Hazel. What?
Yeah, pretty much.
Does it smell like a creature? Blood flow.
And Shuri is just... Did you smell a people?
That.
Oh. I get the impression. I get the impression that creatures are the ones that don't communicate. Michigan understands the concept of higher brain function, I suppose.
For all that there is no thoughts, there are still somehow thoughts.
Old smell of people. Yeah, Rylan, faint trail, and I'm going to give this one to Ava as well, because she did start as a hunter. Faint trail. People have been through there. It doesn't necessarily mean they're there now, and in fact probably doesn't, or Michigan wouldn't have specified old smell of people.
So that means they haven't been around in a while.
Yeah, but it still has to be fairly recent, or there wouldn't be the smell at all.
Yeah, true.
And Flitty sort of looks up and oh no. I'm going to say you didn't take Cupcake out there, but Flitty usually lives in your scarf. I'm going to roll the hand of fate. Pray.
Oh god.
Flitty apparently moved to the very front of your scarf and is therefore completely unharmed. And Seth looks up and goes, I would have looked behind, but there was Foom.
Okay.
Didn't expect to run into anything. I wouldn't have brought you. I thought it was
No, I've been in the danger before, but what I was thinking was Michigan doesn't have the paws or the brains for undoing a thing. I don't trigger tremor sense 'cause I don't touch the floor.
Still want to be careful.
Well, yeah.
I know we were talking about the god magic thing being nope, but combined with just doubly safe.
Go invisible too?
Yeah.
He's done it lots of times.
Yeah, Liddy can go invisible. I just figured let's layer on a death ward as well.
No, because we don't know what it was fooming at. Was it fooming at magic? Was it fooming at... Because I'm just a creature. Actually, brings up a little pause. It does the scarecrow. Just a creature.
Yeah, but
Little tiny claws, yeah.
you're still casting a thing.
Actually, no, I'm casting the thing here.
I'm just a little confused because I know invisibility requires focusing on it. Death ward just happens.
Yeah, but... I mean, I guess like the invisible, it's gonna aura. But at least mine is, like, animals do this.
Exactly.
All right.
It's okay.
Inherent.
I will be careful, and if I can't do anything, I will run. But I know that I can see the smashy lady, and she's looking real impatient now. And we don't like it when the
Yeah.
smashy lady gets impatient.
Go.
Please leave the door open just a bitty
Trust you
bit.
on this.
Thank you.
Go. Don't do stupid. I know you don't, but just don't.
Thankfully, Flitty is well and gone by the time the I know you don't do stupid, because hurry. Actually, then stops, comes back. Miss Clarity Lady? Can I borrow your every gadget? Cling. Back to invisible. Every gadget goes invisible too, so see.
Good luck.
Okay, so you have about 5 minutes. What, if anything, are you going to do in those 5 minutes? Besides probably pace.
Remy changes the resistance of her sword to fire and paces.
Fair enough.
Ever gonna try and like comfort Rylan a bit?
Darwin,
Still got all the spells for recovery from things.
Darwin is going to walk over to Rylan and go, hugs, squish.
No.
And honestly, if all else fails, and we need to make sure that we need to like run into the middle of all of that. I've also still got the thing that will make every single one of the light sensitive little critters go basically blind.
On that subject, a thought occurs to me. I know that one focus you can have of a teleport is in and around the vicinity of someone. Or at least the way I've normally done. I've normally heard the spell. Possibly it's different for sorcerers, I'm not sure. But either way, if Flitty can't undo whatever that is, couldn't we just teleport to the sketch of the bow?
Yeah, probably.
And Darwin's seen it, Ryland's seen it.
Yeah, Rylan's seen it, yeah.
Yeah, we both the teleporters have seen it.
So, yeah.
So
I
we
think
could
this works.
So we could just... Either way, we could just skip all the attempts at stealth and just be there. Because at this point, stealth is not... We've just had a literal angel. She's not an angel from what you've told me about angels. But similar... A celestial being has popped into existence above their city.
Yeah.
So... That's enough distraction, frankly, but that does unfortunately mean we're going to have to go to the largest concentration of kobolds and see what we can do there.
Man, if there was never a time tailor made for Thunderwave, I don't know what is. I'm just voicing this now, so you all know if you see me stepping forward, step back.
We have. I know that in Egref they have. Probably those of you from Baronsphere won't have heard of these, but we call them party poppers. They're these little things you pull a string and it pops out confetti with a little bang, and they have some where the confetti bits are shaped like kobolds. So that's what that would look like. Kobold confetti. Punk.
So between me
drawing.
and Darvin, they'll be blind, tossed around, and deaf.
Or double blind, or also on fire.
Barnabas is. Maybe one of you could cast the light and the other one could. Hazel, didn't you have that thing where a whole bunch of spectral fairy dragons were.
I have that, yes, but the other thing I can lead with is bringing the sun to them.
Isn't that gonna draw cloakers though?
That will probably scare every cloaker in a 5-yard radius. They'll wonder if there wasn't a collapse.
Cloakers aren't big on light, if I remember right.
I thought
They
they
don't
would
like the light, so they try to snuff it out.
Yes,
When
but if it's
the sun appears in your midst, you're going the other way.
Yeah.
Praise Paylor for letting me do that.
And because mildly
two if we need.
because mildly mischievous Clarity is hit in the head for no damage with a dropped every gadget. And then Flitty appears.
You found it.
Well, I found a lot of stuff. I don't know how to turn it off. 'Cause it's wonky. And there's a cave that I looked at a little bit. And it went back to bits of the city, I think. I didn't go that far. But it looks like a sneakier way. If you can get past the dragon face. Because it looks like a dragon face. Intelligence check from y'all. Clarity gets advantage because I'm deciding this is a secondary advantage of Dungeon Delver.
Okay.
Oh, come on!
Hazel?
That's not fair!
Oh,
Right?
rude.
Yeah, it's
It's
Hazel
like in
and
the moment Clarity forgot, but apparently at some point mentioned it to Hazel, and Hazel manages to remember.
well, this is more of a putting together context clues at this point, which Hazel kind of has to do because she doesn't understand half of what's going on around her anyway. So she's used to having to put all the pieces in a row. And Darvin's a bard. Does that mean that there are other heads out there somewhere that spit ice and poison and lightning and shit? Is this some way of worshipping Tiamat through traps?
That would not be fucking surprising.
But yeah, it's Hazel first. But when Hazel flags it up, Darvin takes it to the next step.
Why is that? So wait, so what did I flag? No, sorry, I didn't understand what I'm supposed to flag up because I think
There may be other element breathing head traps. One for each of Tiamat's heads.
So there's a fire breathing dragon fish. They probably have one of each of the 5 of the heads somewhere in this mess.
Yeah,
I wonder
that's
if
a
it's
trap.
They're traps, but I bet you. I think is it some sort of worship thing too on top of it?
If it's
Like you
Tiamat's
have the
head, then
representation
yes.
of each head as the trap, and somehow that's
So
glorifying
the whole
Tiamat.
so something in the end structure of this whole setup probably looks like Tiamat.
Well, either
It's
way,
a giant.
at
It's
least
a
we know,
giant altar.
At least we know this is a trap and not an actual creature. So, not ideal, but it's a little easier in some ways to deal with the trap
Crazy
than it is
trap.
to deal with.
But it's gonna feel it when boots are on the ground. I think Michigan wasn't heavy enough.
Probably not. So think light thoughts.
Yup.
I don't know.
Teleport.
Yeah, we were going to teleport.
Yeah, just teleport past it.
We
I
have a
agree.
plan.
Yeah, we're bypassing this.
Mhm. We can at
It's
least
too
get to where the
ridiculous trying
bow
to sneak
is.
past. We're just going.
Yeah, we're not. That's not a sneaky back way we can safely take because we'd have to navigate past whatever that blamey head thing is.
Except, if those are back ways, there might be information we could use at some point.
True.
I don't mean doubling back, though.
No, not necessarily. If
have
Flitty's right about it leading to the city, it's a secondary way, and quite possibly a less trapped way.
Well, yeah.
And we wouldn't have-
made it clear to be able to get to the trap. To
And we
make
wouldn't-
Sure it's armed.
And we wouldn't need to bypass it if Darwin, you can teleport once, can't you?
At this point, yes.
So, and you can use your arcane eye and still have the energy to teleport.
Well, yeah, because the arcane eye doesn't. I used it, not the same level. It doesn't require the same amount of oomph. Teleport requires a lot more oomph.
Yes,
So
I am aware of
I
that.
have still got that.
That's what I was making sure of. If you moved your arcane eye, led by Michigan again, behind the trap, and then you can teleport us behind the trap.
Oh.
It just has to be something you've seen.
I can't do the arcane eye again. I can only do it once a week.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, there is another possibility. I think. Well,
I mean, I don't know what I'm assuming I can only do it once every 7 days. So once I've done it, I have to wait 7 days. It's not like, every Sunday. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. But no.
Cast it on Saturday, and then Sunday you can use it.
Right? To wait for 11 o'clock on a Saturday, and then you can do it right now. No, nope, not quite. It'd be nice to reclaim that.
the only other way I could have thought of dealing with that would have been, but I can't show you what a familiar is seeing. Hang on a minute.
Well, I do. Oh, well, that's a familiar. I don't think it counts. Sorry. Go ahead.
Because she's practicing with the house inbuilt minor image.
Because actually, for the record, I do have speak with animals, but I don't think familiars would qualify.
Well, that isn't it. I'd have to spend 10 minutes recalling Widget. But if I do, I can show you the back end of the trap. Because silent image.
Because you can see through. Your familiar could get there, see it. You could see it, and then.
Show it.
Mm-hmm.
That's about what I've got at this point. Sorry. Continue pacing, I suppose? Or I can just use spell energy. It would be faster. It just would leave me a little less flexible. I'm leaving this up to Remy.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at Remy going.
Remy is pacing. I would appreciate it if you used spell energy.
Fair enough.
Enough.
At that point, just back to the ritual room, and if Clarity's following, which I assume she is, it's sort of sketching the shorthanded rune type things you can only about half read, with a somewhat apologetic note of I'd be doing this properly, but I don't have time for that shit right now. And then, poop, Widget. Sorry about that, Widget. I promise you, particularly if you stay high, you will not get fumed in future, and then you can hide in Ryland's scarf in perpetuity. Oop. And then just opens the door a little. Thankfully, it's only a couple of minutes later until Sheree, still with her eyes closed. This thing is the only thing. There's something vaguely Agreffian about it, but it's more like, you remember the first kobolds, the first group of kobolds you encountered when you went around the side doors of where their traps, where they triggered their traps, and how fucking insane that looked? That, but larger scale. And the main difference between this and what Egref does is that this uses a burny fluid, like lamp oil, but I mean, it's about the same color of lamp oil, but it's something off. Because you guys wouldn't have seen, like, gasoline. Closest you have is lamp oil, and that isn't quite it. And all Michigan could tell was that was what was burning.
So, am I going by myself, or am I taking Clarity? Because I know she's real good disarming.
No, it was going to be teleport and move us all there.
Oh, that, okay. Just wasn't clear. On the same page.
Right. We're going to have to scrunch. It's slightly tight quarters. Scrunch.
Everybody get close and comfy. Or not comfy, as the case may be.
Michigan hops into the griffin bag. And Flitty curls back up in front of the scarf. It's okay.
It'll be okay.
Pack it in.
And I'm assuming.
Abracapocus.
And point, and now you are.
So he just rattles that off in a sing-songy and point.
And yeah, point, you're behind the most deranged looking fucking trap in existence.
I don't even know traps, and that looks like it shouldn't bend that way.
That's why I couldn't do anything with it. Except maybe break the glass on whatever that is. Pointing in the general direction of the gasoline.
Can I study it for a bit and see if I can make heads or tails of it?
Okay, by all means. This is not so much an arcana thing. This is a straight up, I mean, it's probably an investigation thing. Just be careful where you poke. If you roll low, you have not been careful where you poked.
28.
Yeah, you're not entirely sure how they built this either, but the mechanism they have for tremor sense is actually kind of remarkable, particularly given the only place you could cut the trip wires is well back here. But it was apparently designed to wait until you walked past it, so that you couldn't necessarily see what was about to fireball you. Because once the tremor sense has wiggled a certain amount, that comes out, the head comes out, turns in the direction of where the tremor sense trigger is, and lights up this liquid, which apparently is self-replenishing, and you don't really know how that's a thing. Very slowly, but no wonder people haven't had to come back to maintain it for a while. But it's remarkably advanced.
You clever, sadistic bastard. He starts trying to...
It's a trap that just removes that direction.
Yeah, pretty much. Are you going to explain, or are you going to try disarming it?
It self-replenishes. it goes that way and destroys the things that way. Very clever.
I'm thinking we probably shouldn't do too much with it, unfortunately. Because if it's that clever, would they not know if someone disarmed it?
Or some way of alerting.
With that roll and a little further digging, some of those wires that you'd have to cut, there's a braid deep in the mechanism that second branch off leads underground, probably for quite a ways, because there's no real slack to it. So cutting that at any point will do something. So clever sadistic bastards.
Buggers. There's something that goes underground. It leads somewhere. So there's probably some sort of alerting system if this is tampered with.
We leave this and keep going.
Pretty much. We shut the door because I'm going to say everyone remembered to do it outside with the door shut so that Alice's key will work again without having to come back here. As we shut the door behind us, there's no need to go back. It's more keeping an eye out while we're in here, because these are tight quarters, but we might be able to do something. Even if it's just avoid any secondary traps that might have been set off.
And any more of these?
Yes,
But
but
there's probably
five
like
total.
one in every major tunnel. So I doubt we're going to find any behind this one in this particular tunnel.
Hazel, well, most of you guys, I think it's just Rylan and Barnabas in this case who don't remember the tunnels that first lot of kobolds beyond the Salt Gate led you down to avoid all their cunning little bugger traps.
I recall the Tucker's kobolds from that instance.
Yes, but you just imagine Rylan in particular and Barnabas in secondary is like, okay, why are we not worried in here?
Once we're past the actual business end of the thing, the back ends are usually fine. We've encountered this exact sort of koboldian assemblage before. Not this exact kind of trap, but their style. They're always ridiculous. They're always, so far, impossible seeming, and they only ever turn off from behind them.
As Clarity was saying, clever, sadistic little buggers.
Yep.
So we move and we keep our eyes open.
Yep.
This is about our break time, so when we come back, we will see from behind view of the koboldian traps. And we're back behind the red dragon trap in kobold trap maintenance tunnels. After a bit of an issue. Right, there's a couple of us that don't have dark vision. We're going to want them to be in the middle.
Mhm.
I'm more or less okay. I can see through Widget. Unless you would like me to send Widget ahead. At which point you do have Michigan going very, very quiet so only Hazel can hear. Scout?
Sorry, didn't hear that?
Scout.
Michigan? Yes, Scout.
Boing, and you get... Actually, I'm going to hand to Fate this one. Now you roll well. Asshole die. Apparently, Michigan has a tiny bit of owl in there because you don't even... Hazel feels the bag get lighter. The rest of you don't even hear him go. Those of you with dark vision see dark blur.
Should I make us more sneaky?
I don't think we're going anywhere yet.
Wait for it.
And then, boom, on Hazel's head after... It's a minute or so, and it really is the owl. You don't hear it coming, you just get boom, on head. And those of you with dark
You're very
vision...
lucky I was at my most relaxed.
Those of you with dark vision and are not hampered by not being able to see through the top of your skull, in his beak there is a hat. It does not have a feather in it. Doesn't have holes for... Well, no, actually, it probably does have holes for ears, given kobolds. Probably more for horns in that case. Kind of flips it in a Rylandward direction. Squishy chair and paper. Also hat. Little hat. No feather. Leans in a Rylandward direction. Little hat. You kind of gotta work it on over because no thumbs.
Ah.
And yeah, got a little beret kind of thing. The ears. Yep. Didn't look past the squishy room. Squishy room empty. Treats.
Hey. Oh no.
I think we'll find out what that means momentarily. Come on. We don't have that much time.
Yep. Don't need to sneak just yet, but probably soon.
And after a little while, Michigan, quite fast as it happens, so it's a minute or so. And yeah, you're in a break room, and there are bits of paper and sort of clipboards on the wall. Probably recently scrawled notes on them. Little view pieces. And, okay, all of you make me perception checks. Disadvantage for those of you with no dark vision. There are no lights in here. We'll have to wait for Knobs to get back to have Remy roll that, but...
8.
Perception. Just making sure. Oh, cool.
Nope.
That's a good thing so many of you have dark vision. Okay, Rylan and Remy. You know how Clarity draws kobolds? They return the favor with humanoids, apparently. They definitely saw Rylan and Alice come this way. They got Rylan's ears so damn long that it made them look more like a night elf from WoW than anything else.
Definitely spotted you two. Maybe not perfectly clearly.
I think the bewilderment is more, why didn't they do anything?
That's a good question.
Probably expected the trap to get us, I imagine.
No, I was thinking that.
There's a sort of a ping and a little piece of the wall lights up. No, they were trying to figure out where we were setting camp.
Are we to ambush us then?
Mm-hmm.
I think they figured that because it looks like they disarmed or disabled a few of the traps, except for that last. I think because they thought that if you triggered the trap, you'd go running for camp because of your injuries. Which technically was right, but nobody actually followed us to the camp.
Yeah, that is strange.
Note stop there. Darwin?
Well, at that point, wasn't Alice being fired upon? So maybe they didn't follow anybody to camp because they were too busy.
They called for reinforcements. They called for all the reinforcements.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Should we send Michigan to scout a little further so we know whether we can just boom,
Book it.
I think we might have to, yes.
or possibly I can, I can send Widget as well. Don't really want to lose Widget again, but better Widget than Michigan. Michigan takes more than 10 minutes and some incense to resummon. Off you go, Widget.
Thank you, Widget.
This goes on for a couple of minutes. Because she's not looking at anything in particular, because obviously seeing elsewhere. Well, they're searching the city, rather, because it's actually quite the city, from what I can see from the air. Unfortunately, don't think I could draw a map, but that's not going to matter, because we're going to have to look for her as well. Doesn't seem to indicate that they think she's left the city. But I can't be sure much of anything at this point. Because owls don't belong down here, so I don't want to get too close. But it's going to be... On one level, it's better than it could be because they're in smaller groups. On the other hand, they are on full alert. And some of their pathing on their searches is very deliberate. Yes?
I need to interject something out of character real quick. Mom fell. Mel says she doesn't think that they need me yet, but if I need to step away suddenly quickly, that's why.
Okay.
Right now, everything's cool. I just wanted to...
Okay.
In character. Remy, your ring, it just denotes general location, right? It doesn't get real... How specific does that get?
Not very.
Remy looks at the ring.
Yeah, it's not a look thing. All look tells you is she's on the same plane. And thankfully she is on the same plane. So there is that. However, all it does is tell you that the direction is that way.
Which we already know. Bugger. Okay. Thank you, Remy.
Who's our sending monkey? Somebody can cast it here, right?
Yeah.
Remy looks at Darvin.
Sending no, message yes.
Oh, no, we need
At which point, Shuri is, I would be the sending monkey.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Remy looks at Tree, somewhat chagrined.
And Barnabas is
Somewhat sugar. I like
someone snapped into mercenary talk again. You should be less rude to the people who cast sending for you.
Could you please cast a sending to Alisaie?
I can, but what in the world do you want me to say at this point?
Ask her for some kind of landmark that'll give us a better idea, or somewhere she thinks we can meet
I
up.
am going to get an earful of celestial profanity, I can already tell.
If we can find a place to rendezvous, that will make this much
I
easier.
can't get too close, and she might not be doing anything but running for her life. But I am trying.
Thank you.
Yes, as I thought, landmarks were not a thing. She was trying to pick out the temple when all of a sudden she was visible again, and she's trying not to be cross about that.
Be right back.
So she doesn't have that kind of information to give you. She does apologize, though.
Then we'll just have to follow the general direction.
I can locate something.
We gotta make
on
note to
there.
ask her about that.
It's not so much that, because locate is the same as what she... Do not waste the spell energy. What we're going to have to do is triangulate a position.
Mhm.
Probably using once again scout shenanigans, because the closest I have from there is a true sight thing, and if I recall correctly, the only person with the stuff that has to go over someone's eyes for true sight to be castable as well. That's sitting in Alisaie's effects.
So either the house or her... But I don't understand how true sight would help either, frankly.
Just being able to perceive anything and everything necessary.
Fair enough, but right
for
now...
triangulation purposes. It makes it easier to...
Right now, all we can really do is... Clarity, what can thaumaturgy do?
Well, it can make noises from a distance. Can make lights turn on and off. Can make my voice boom for 3 times as loud. Make harmless tremors in the ground for a minute. That might mask some.
Well, I was thinking more of a help to locate someone or help them locate us.
I mean, if we wanted to get really loud, I could start shouting 3 times as loud.
It's either that or prestidigitation, which can do lights. That might be better if she's watching the skyline, which she might well be doing, though I don't know how airborne she's going to want to get.
Isn't that going to draw the attention of all the kobolds as well?
That depends on how far up they're looking.
Mm.
Besides, I think we can outpace kobold. Push comes to
see
shove.
nothing of everything else we can do with regards to said kobolds.
I was thinking more along the lines of we will be rejoined by the person with the keys, so we get out of the city on its opposite side. We make a door. That door closes and you can't see where it used to be anymore.
Even better.
And they won't.
Basically, we have options, and if we have to fight our way out, we can. This, that, the other.
Yes, I'd be more fond of the idea of running, personally, but that's just me.
Entirely agreed.
Yes, keep an eye out for anything that might be helpful as we carry on. Just stuff it in a bag, we can look at it later.
Yerp.
Switches the light off that she was using to read the documents. And on you go. Yeah, for Rylan, this is actually shorter than the route you took the first time, and probably because, you've got a direct line. You pass another couple of break rooms. Cherie grabs what papers she can, trusts Clarity to grab the rest. Doesn't bother to read anything. And towards the end of the corridor, you come across a door. It's kind of a small door. Barnabas is kind of doing the, I'm going to have to squeeze through that. I can do it, but it's not going to be fun kind of expression. Cherie, Clarity, if you would.
I'm unlocking a door, or what am I doing?
I mean, there is a locked door before you.
Okay.
What you want to do with that locked door is up to you.
Okay, I was just checking because my ADHD.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's just, I mean, there are options. You can check it to make absolutely sure it isn't trapped, or just try to pick the high pin pin.
I'm gonna check for traps and apparently cats.
We'll pretend that's Michigan face first in a bowl of what appears to be literal frog jerky, not as in like strips of like actual dried flattened frogs. Hi, Pimpin. Not sure where the frogs came from, but Michigan is eating them. Yomp, yomp, yomp.
I can't see around. Okay, an investigation 25.
Yeah, there's not exactly a trap as in something will hurt you. There is, however, there's some kind of indication somewhere that that this door has been opened. For all you know, it's some kind of kobold time clock. For when somebody's on trap maintenance duty or something.
So it's like it signals.
You think that's what it is. It's all you know is that it's going to trigger something, but from the looks of everything else, it's not something like setting off more fire or poison or anything like that. It's, if anything, it's, you think there might be a bell, so there might be, but it's a small one, so at most it would make a very quiet ding.
It might alert somebody. I don't know if trying to disarm it would make it worse. I don't know. It's connected to something.
You're the expert, Clarity.
I will give it a try to disarm it.
Okay. These doors go.
3.
Yeah, it's just a little tick, and nothing seems to happen.
Alright. I will unlock it.
These doors again.
26.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly good lock for kobolds down here certainly not beyond your capabilities. You just kind of expected less.
Little buggers.
When you open the door, you find a storage room. There's stuff in here, like more like flasks of that burn water, as Michigan put it. Some smoked glass jars that Clarity in particular knows that's the kind of thing they store acid in, because it's not just glass, because glass would fucking melt. There's stuff that both Clarity and Ava recognize as poison. There's this weird blue liquid that seems to be a little bit of steam coming off it into the top of the bottle, between the bottle and the cork, that none of you guys have seen before. Shuri takes one look at that and starts swearing.
Uh-oh.
Context.
I believe the Mobius twins mentioned the Dinotopia, I believe Alana called it, and quite some while ago that they had mechanical dinosaurs
Uh-huh.
that spat ice and fire and things, and no one could figure out how they did it. That's how they did it. Pointing at the blue stuff. Takes a flask, puts it back down, shakes a sleeve, shakes a bit of her cape over her hand, takes the bottle, chucks it into the break room. It shatters, and when water splashes when you chuck it freezes mid.
So that's all basically chill water, which liquid nitrogen.
Magical liquid nitrogen, but yes.
Oh, okay.
See that?
Cool.
That would be great for Belrace to have to use, but the fact that it's down here means that it's not in the right hands, and I hate every part of that.
Would it be safe to take?
As long as you keep the bottles intact, I imagine Jenna could make good use of some of it.
So how much are we cramming into the bags of holding?
Probably not too much. We don't know how much else we're going to need to take.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of bottles of each.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Clarity carefully picks up some and gives them to Hazel to put in the bag of holding.
Yeah, you actually have two. Rylan has first. That's the old one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So how are we notating these down? Elemental fluid bottles?
Yeah. So we'll say Hazel has those. It'll be easier to keep them all in one place.
Grand total of how many of those?
Well, it's the 5 major elements for Tiamat. So it's ice, fire, acid, poison.
Lightning.
Yep.
And something like 3 each.
Yeah. Because it is rather interesting when you're going, how could they possibly have that? And then you see this vaguely off purple liquid that sparks.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
catch up.
Yep. Basically, you've come through kobold break rooms and have found that they have various of the elemental fluids that made the mechanical dinosaurs that the Mobius twins encountered capable of spitting the various things they were spitting. Which point Cherie's like, I wonder if that's how... Oh, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? Somebody else is probably stealing this nonsense as well, or someone's trafficking it. We never saw what was inside the... We never saw what was inside the Tiamat construct. How do we think it was breathing all that?
That would make sense.
There's an entire black market in this stuff. Probably coming out of the Shattered Lands.
Or there's just someone in Cabreval that needs to be stamped on.
Oh, or given to Professor August. That one's scary.
Actually, I'd give them to Calatiel. You don't want to know how scary Calatiel can get.
I have a guess.
Imagine...
I've seen their best side. I think I can guess what their scary
Imagine the this is not nonsense I wish to be a part of Natalie August, but taking great joy in causing the consequences. Because I want...
That's not what I figured.
Because I want to see what happens.
Yeah. Which makes sense when the punishment probably is going to consist of somebody getting turned inside out.
Oh no, probably more piecemeal polymorph.
I think a more experimental version of my tendency to, given a choice between two actions, I'll do whichever one will make a better story, usually.
I'm kind of terrified at the concept of that for several reasons.
Oh, I'm terrified.
Mostly,
I just kind of
mostly
understand the
because
impetus.
somebody getting turned into a frog, weasel, and a walnut simultaneously.
At which
sounds
point
like
Barnabas is going, I've probably known Remy for longer than y'all have, but y'all must know what that look means.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we should-
detecting the look. I can feel the look, and I'm not even looking at her.
I need to get moving.
I thought I smelled my hair burning.
Next.
Back of the head. Shut up, let's go.
Yeah, if you carefully, I'm assuming careful opening of the door and peering slightly out? Who is peering slightly out?
Someone who could see.
Yeah, I was about to say, not me.
One.
Well, no, you have actually been seeing things. There is some light in this room. Not much, because apparently this stuff needs to be kept in dim lighting, but you were able to see various labels on things, so you're fine. You know what? I'm going to say that Ryland peers out, because fuck this, and give me a perception check. Most of what you're getting is... Why is this fancy? Why do they have fancy down here? What the fuck? It looks a little like... I mean, you've been to a couple of the government buildings now, and this kind of has the same approximate layout of, reception desk. But sort of ahead and to the side, so you're in a staff-only area or something. But thankfully, it seems to be empty at the moment. As far as you can tell, you're certainly not hearing anything, but you don't have a very good field of view from here. You just see that whole setup looks A, fancy, and B, like a reception hall. Rylan?
Why the hell would kobolds need a fancy reception hall?
Okay, I need to see this.
That does strike me as
You didn't get a
rather
good
weird.
view, but I don't think anybody's in there.
If Hazel wants to nudge a Rylan aside and perception check herself.
Yep, just going to nudge and lean. Let's see if I button.
Yeah, you're not getting much of a better view, but partially because a bit of wall is in the way. But yeah, this is. For Hazel, it actually looks a bit more along the lines of, obviously not in terms of, there's no shining glass everywhere, and you're definitely not on a top floor, but it feels a little more like the setup that Gloria, the cleric's secretary in the Shrine of Palor in Egref, the Heskan's floor.
Mm-hmm.
Research and development. The main reason you get the main reason you get that vibe is because you're seeing what Rylan didn't. Partially because of your religious training. That little bit there is the start of what appears to be the symbol of Tiamat. You are probably in the fucking temple.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Symbol. Is it Is it 5 heads in star formation or 5 heads all vertical?
Circular, actually, from what you can tell.
Gotcha. Oh. Well, I know where we are. One word. Temple. And I'm gonna, move slightly past the door.
I'm going to
That's
need
not
you to
good.
make me another perception check, please. Because you're currently in a fairly tight corridor, because it's kobold. It was built for kobolds. No, you're currently having a blasphemy moment. You're saying about the same. This is... I mean, they have a carpet. And there's also, because the floor is stone, and fairly porous stone at that, they wanted to keep their rug of Tiamat design pristine, so they've apparently dragged, not recently thankfully, but because this is dried, they apparently dragged a bleeding body around that rug, and down the corridor. You're pretty much standing on it, but again, it's dry, so this is not a recent thing. This is not a welcome to the children's hospital carpet thing.
I get that reference.
That stupid fucking thing.
Color theory.
Pattern.
Color theory.
I look down because I probably stepped on something and there was like a crumble or a crunch.
No, it's not that thick. It's more you saw the streak, you followed the streak with your eyes, and yeah, you're standing on it. Because this is more of a stain than anything else.
Okay, everyone else. I'm turning back slightly. Okay, everyone else out here.
Yeah, you're piled out into a fairly tight corridor, and yeah, Hazel has pretty much called attention to the stain on the floor, but would everybody else, tell me where you're going to move past Hazel? Are you going to move past Hazel in the direction she and Rylan were looking, or are you going to stand the other way? Okay, keep in mind, the bit with the desk you might consider might be the front door, as in out. But it's also a wider space and possibly fewer places to hide. So, okay, I'm going to make this easy for you. Right or left?
Right.
Left.
Okay, so right is in the direction of the desk. Left is in the other direction. And I need it from the rest of you before I go around asking for more perception checks.
Left.
Okay.
Left, ultimately.
Okay. Ava? Sorry, Marion, I didn't hear
right.
you. Okay, so it's effectively Darwin and Ava heading right, and this does not surprise me. They're the noble kids, so they're more heading for. You have arrived in a building. You go to reception. It is a thing. The rest of you, I mean, all of you make me perception checks. Hazel, again, yes.
That's better.
Makes
That's
sense
a nat one.
because.
Not better.
Oh no!
Again, the same number.
I mean, it makes sense because we ain't got dog vision.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's still litter. I would have asked. I would have flagged up.
I'm just
Right,
looking at
right.
the floor. Like, what the hell? I'm not really looking around yet. I'm just more looking at the floor and just the hell?
Yeah, Rylan does notice. It's the what do your full elf eyes bullshit see bullshit. Because further on down that corridor, there's largest door, looks kind of thick, heavy lock, and this blood stain goes straight to it.
Well, I know at least wherever they dragged the body to.
Yeah, Clarity is seeing about the same thing, but more curious. She's more curious about the couple of doors either side, honestly, but they're unmarked, so. And there doesn't seem to be any stains running into them. Though, all things considered, you do notice that there might be a couple of footprints going into those rooms, so not entirely sure whether they came out from that room and into those rooms, or they came out from reception into those rooms, but somebody was in those rooms after the bodies got dragged. And just about everybody else is going, I'm sorry, why do we care again? All things considered.
There's doors to the other side too. I think there's footprints going into there, but after the bodies got dragged.
Darwin, with the nat one, here's this kind of hissing growl as he's looking at the carpet and probably being cheesed off on behalf of the tiny sliver of Bahamut in his soul, but looks up at the growl hissing. And you have what I can only refer to as a munchkin drake. It's about the size of the average house cat with stumpy little legs and a collar.
Oh my god.
And it's kind of growl hissing at you, like, why are you here kind of thing. You can't see it. You're
Monkey
looking at
cat, but
bloodstains.
Lizard.
What is that?
It's like they fused a
Ha ha!
drake with a. Like they
How
fused
about-
a lizard with Noop.
Did you guys hear it? Hi?
Michigan, in the most exasperated tone you can imagine. Treats? Clearly not for him. He's talking about this guy. Yeah, and while
Clarity
What did
looking.
Michigan say?
treats. Translation for the pet owner. Give the thing treats. Maybe it will not sound the alarm.
And I'm pulling out jerky. And one of the dried frogs. from earlier.
Frog tongue onto the dried frog. Crunch, 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 crunch. And then the jerky. Crunch, crunch. Yeah, you take no damage. Your hands are sticky.
Hey, Darvin. Come here a second. And just forehead.
Just
Make me an athletics check, Hazel.
I'm gonna dodge that. Just kind of lean back.
You should have called that before I called the athletics check, because that's not to that isn't to hit you. It's to get her hand off your forehead.
Oh.
Because
Oh,
it took a bit. Thankfully, it's only like Elmer's glue and not super glue. And it was still damp. So
Ow. You just quiet.
Well, that's interesting.
Time
I'm
and
gonna
place.
also prestidigitate this stuff off my hands.
and it kind of waddles up in a Darfinward kind of direction, lies down on his feet.
Hey, look, you made a friend.
Well, and looking at my looking at my character sheet, I actually do have speak with animals still.
Depends on if that is actually a beast or a monstrosity.
Oh, that's fair.
Because it is basically a munchkin cat fused with a drake.
Clarity, can you do me a favor and see if you can ask? Well, actually, you know what? Hang on. What is your name? What are you called?
Asshole.
No. No. What color is it?
It's sort of a muddy, khaki green kind of thing.
What was the name, sorry, you said?
No, they asked what they call you.
Mm-hmm. And he said asshole.
Okay, I'm sorry, Rylan with the elf eyes see. Could anybody look at the collar?
It has a
There's a collar on
doesn't
it. That
Oh, I didn't even see that.
was my
Can I look?
question.
Okay, so I'm going to ask. Can I look at your collar, please?
You have eyes.
Well, I don't want to be rude.
May.
May I look at your collar, please?
Fine.
Thank you, and I will do so.
Yeah, the collar's a bit battered. It clearly wasn't made by kobolds. It doesn't have that rough look to it. And the collar doesn't have a name you recognize on it. It's glyphs you don't recognize. But apparently somebody out there, up there, whatever, owned it. And it somehow ended up down here, where the locals call it asshole.
Well, I'm not sure yet what to call you, because I'm not going to call you an asshole, because I don't think you are. So, but would you like to come with us to potentially get out of here?
Do I have to eat any more priests?
Unless you want to.
I liked the stick thing better.
The frog?
No, frogs are okay. I like the other thing better.
Oh, the jerky. That's what it's called.
What animal does a jerky come from?
It varies. It's dried animal.
So is the frog.
Depends. Well, yeah. It's just dried with flavor.
So is the frog.
Well, it's not a
Logic.
whole animal. Let's put it that way. It's pieces.
Like the priest.
Uh,
I couldn't eat him whole.
How much
Kind
of like
You're getting Darvin's part of this.
Darvin.
Mm-hmm.
Critter logic.
I'm asking if he wants to come with us, and he said, he asked if, does he have to eat priests? That
He?
was the only... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't ask. I apologize. That was rude.
Depends on how I feel.
Is that okay?
There's only one of me. Clearly understands, and Clarity would know why, given that intelligence. Understands that clearly it's a hermaphroditic species, but doesn't understand the singular they. Only one of me.
He looks over at Clarity. Help! You're good with creatures.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you didn't hear half of that conversation.
Well,
Yeah. Oh, what is it talking about? What are you asking me?
I said he, and I think I upset.
Not Clarity. Not upset. Confused.
It seems more confused. Well, drakes are hermaphroditic, I believe. So
Oh,
We change. We change if we need to.
So
Gotcha.
maybe ask it what it feels like now.
so okay. What should I use at least for now? She?
It's usually fine.
Oh, it is. Okay.
As long as you don't
It
mean
isn't.
it like I'm furniture.
Oh no, not at all.
Last
You
thing
are
tried to put its feet up on me. Didn't have its feet for very long.
Good. That is the correct course of action.
That is why they call me asshole.
That's not an asshole.
I think you probably think I was an asshole if I ate your feet. Briefly, until you bled out.
You had good reason.
I mean, they were also tasty.
I like you. I like you a lot.
And Remy is just watching this fucking conversation.
We have to move with quickness. Please come with us. We will get you out of here, and figure out what to do after that. Is that okay?
As long as there's more food.
Yes. Hazel?
Not now.
I'm just gonna produce
Not
another
now.
chunk of jerky.
And once the jerky comes out, goes the tongue.
I've
gonna say not now,
produced
but that
jerky,
works.
and then as I see that start to do the mouth thing,
We're gonna need a dex check for that.
Oh no.
It's
Okay.
you.
But yeah, can I successfully manage checkers? Okay,
Check
check or save?
because it's not a reflex. A save is a reflex. Yeah, you manage just like a couple of drops, but
So yes, as long as there's more food, it will come with us.
big question is where are you gonna put it?
Yeah, I was about to ask where are we putting it?
Most of my body habitus is occupied with a Michigan.
Mine.
Probably be best with you, honestly. It seems to like you.
Yeah, you've made friends with it.
And then leap onto coat, climb. It clings to your neck. Thankfully not doing any damage, but
Yeah, I mean, okay, as long as you're comfortable.
Good thing is, if we're in the temple, that should theoretically mean it's probably not far.
I thought everybody understood that when Widget the First got shot down, that was because arrows were being aimed at her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That may have changed her plans somewhat.
exactly.
True,
So
true.
let's
Yeah, we gotta.
find
move,
a way
move.
out. We have to get.
Perhaps that door? Pointing past the desk, past where you were,
That looks like the
where you were
entrance.
entranced with the carpet and then with the asshole. And yeah, there's a big set of remarkably fancy double doors of a wood of a type that not even Rylan has ever seen. Intricately carved with more dragon motif. So, leaving checking on the blood, the blood trail room. What you doing?
I mean, okay.
Could we check bloodstained room, or are we just going?
I mean, was I couldn't.
Do we think
Well, given how much I was looking at the floor, could I tell if it was fresh or not?
Yeah, you could. There's a very distinctive color to fresh blood.
Right.
Clarity, you're intelligent. If you want to know what's in those rooms, maybe ask the asshole that's been apparently hanging around this temple for who knows how long.
Hey, ask it. Ask asshole.
I don't think you heard. No, I don't know if
No,
Darwin
I
got
heard
to
him
tell.
say
Oh yeah.
asshole. I'm not gonna. Call
Okay,
him
that's fair.
that.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out exactly what you would have heard
Yeah,
from.
I did say that out loud.
did you?
Can you ask him what's in that, or ask it what's in that room?
Do you know what's in that room? Pointing.
It's where they go to make insides come out.
Yeah, that's what I suspect.
It's where they go to make insides come out.
And then they just throw them away.
That's a waste.
Well, I mean, I ate their priest when they tried to do it to my owner. And then they did it to my owner anyway. But they had to kick me to do it!
Good try.
The other two rooms are kind of boring. They're full of books.
So the other two rooms are full of books. That room is where they made insides.
You said the wrong thing, Darwin.
What?
We have a clarity.
Oh,
She's
bugger.
going to the room, trying and looking at the doors, seeing if it's locked or
Clarity.
trapped.
Not
Oh,
Investigation check.
time.
too late.
32.
They tried to do that
Not
to.
not
Sorry.
trapped, not locked.
While she's doing that, Darwin's going to continue. So they tried doing it to its owner, and it bit them, and they did it to its owner anyway. But they had to kick it to do it. I like it. It's feisty.
They are very edible.
And they are very edible.
Although
It ate the priest.
little too big for just one meal, though.
And too-
That's okay. Its face was nicely crunchy.
He's just translating all this. Here, Darwin going, its face was crunchy. The priest.
Clarity.
Already dragging over Hazel to grab some books.
I'll put them in the bag.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what you're mostly getting is engineering manuals and some of the books are a little distressing. Not so much because of the contents, you can't really tell what the contents are. It's more what they're bound in and what the paper is. And there's like 2 shelves of those. Actually, no, sorry. I don't mean shelves as in one row of shelves. I mean 2 bookshelves.
That's a lot of blasphemy books. And she's taking the engineering ones and just shoving them.
Oh, wait. Blasphemy books as in...
Hazel will see they are bound in humanoid skin.
I know they're blasphemy, but we probably need to take these to keep them out of their hands. And we get rid of
planning on
them,
burning
or
the temple
get them into
anyway.
a vault that's going to keep them away.
Are we still burning the temple? We're doing that as a distraction, but the thing we're having to barge into anyway.
Yeah, probably. So,
What do you mean, yeah, probably? We're hopefully going to be out of the city.
no, probably as in... Probably burning it down as a distraction, but, like, we don't know if we might need another distraction. That was where my brain went.
We'll burn something else.
I don't care. Just do whatever you're going to do quickly before Remy decides to go off on her own.
Yep, just getting the engineering books and, torch this place on our way out.
Okay, I mean, so you grab what books you can. Just a fair few of them. Probably not all of them. You do not have that kind of time. They're not small rooms. There's space in the bag of holding, and they're also not small rooms. So I take it you're opening up the doors. The big wooden double doors.
Yeah, to at least look first, and then...
Who's looking? Well, you said it. You're looking first. When Hazel looks out, this probably isn't quite what you were thinking of when you thought of Kobold City. This isn't just like lots and lots of huts. This is multi-story buildings, actual proper buildings with like architecture.
Like, I've almost swiveled entirely around to be like, what the fuck? As I'm trying to see up.
Yeah, I mean the building is actually there's very much a Gothic kind of feel to the architecture. Not well, actually both Gothic in the the Cure sense and in the actual architectural sense. Lots of draconic shaped grotesques and gargoyles that are more dragon thing than anything else, and I'm gonna hand a fate this one. Yeah, there's a lot of dragon theme to this, but some of it seems to be there's still a couple of bits of older architecture that seems to fit better. It was a little more spider themed. So it would appear that these kobolds moved in a while ago, a good long while ago, into an old drow city.
Oh god.
Lol,
But probably before they went.
So Lol, the goddess of order version. Not
Yeah,
the...
that's the feel, and they just basically mark their territory by sticking dragons everywhere.
You guys see me half swiveled in the door, like looking back up at stuff.
I'm handing a fate what you're doing because that's you have no dexterity. You when Darvin calls at you almost fall over but manage to grab hold of the door.
Doing?
Maybe I should have named the owl Wingnut. Next time. You did also, it's actually probably just as well that you did pull yourself back in, because if you peer a little back out again, you see these are kobolds in actual made to fit them armor, not just bits of old tableware. A unit of about 8, you think? Thankfully, they're not heading into the temple, but they're tromping past it and clearly looking around.
I'm like looking at shut door. Don't go out there.
Why not?
So they're organized. They're wearing actual armor. And I think if we do try to sneak our way out and past the gaggle currently looking for us, we should probably set something that'll set this on fire on a delay. Also, this entire city, not theirs originally.
Drow?
Yeah, pre-corruption Drow. Lolth, the goddess of order,
Oh my.
Drow.
Well, I can't go setting it on fire now. Got to be a better distraction.
But we could set this on fire and not everything else, right?
Actually, I think that entirely depends. Tick, tick, tick. Clarity, come look at this stone with me. This is just going to let me roll with advantage, so... The advantage was a good thing, and it's always you. Actually, that's my minor problem. I thought that might be the case. Drow buildings they weren't built out of stone. They were carved out of the rock.
Oh.
This isn't going to burn.
Gotcha.
Is there enough stuff that's flammable in here that will burn?
It will only
We don't need
produce...
this to necessarily burn down. We just need the stuff in here to be on fire.
But
and
where's the
attracting attention.
smoke going to go?
Yeah. Whereas, yeah.
Exactly.
Right. There's no opening. Crap.
And the only thing you can really do with rock is break it. And once then.
Well, you can melt it, but it's not going...
Yeah, that's true.
You can melt it, but that's not the same thing. And a wall of fire is not going to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Need a louder distraction.
I mean, shatter is a thing, but again, instantaneous. That isn't what we do.
You
And I
can
don't-
get kind of up. You might hit one of the dozens of dragon statue things stuck on top of the architecture.
But the problem remains the same. We're still right there.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have any weird time delay abilities with that?
Nope.
And I can't make it into a scroll. There's very little I could do that would work as a delayed spell. I was borrowing from Remy's Wall of Fire. That's why I made a scroll out of it. I don't have the means in any sense of the term to do it now.
Crap. Right, I'm out of ideas.
I mean,
Anybody else think
it
of a
doesn't
way
do
to
any
cause it
damage,
loud?
but- It doesn't do any damage, but I could potentially put a mouth on something and have it start shouting, but
What was your thaumaturgy thing, Clarity?
3 times as loud as normal voice, but problem is this is a large city. We can't guarantee that all of the kobolds will hear, and they might not have a way to communicate with each other.
And the range on it isn't very far. It's only 30 feet.
then I can make an illusion of myself and go running around, but I need somebody to kind of direct the actual me after that, so that's not really ideal. I'm assuming that they don't just see through it.
How big are the groups they're traveling in?
How many did I see?
You saw about 8.
8?
Over what kind of range?
They were pretty... You saw one pack of kobolds. fairly
All I
close
saw was
together.
one gaggle of about like 8 of them. That's it.
And the city
One
is
gaggle that ran by.
this is a large city. This is fine. It's more comparable to Belarus. Not so much not so large as Egrev, but and to be fair, for the Baronsphere bunch and for Ryland, that's holy shit.
Wait, if it's
We
the
could be
size of
dealing with
Belarus,
thousands.
that's bigger than everything else at home.
Sorry, I'm never going to get entirely used to that.
You've been to Goldendale. You've
Yes,
seen how tiny they are.
but that doesn't mean I'm used to it.
I'm not saying you should use it. I'm just pointing out what frame of reference we're working with here.
Point
Goldendale's a little oversized.
Right. Point is, large. There might be several groups, but if they're only traveling in groups of 8, we can dispatch them fairly quickly. We just have to be sure that we see them before they see us.
Mm-hmm.
And this has the added advantage of, if combat is happening, and even if we get a little bit, even if we get more than one group. I seem to recall when Alice was having her memory issues. Even then, she came to your aid. Pointing at Remy. So the best way of getting her to know where we are is to need her.
You know?
Makes sense.
Let's get ourselves an ambush that gets ambushed.
I get the
Runes
impression.
work both ways.
I think they do.
She knows which general direction Remy is.
Yes, whether she has the wherewithal to check is another question.
Sure.
Yeah, we're not sure what sort of situation she's in right now.
The best I could get is other side of the city from where we came in, which, if our memory serves, is that general. We would have come in from that general direction, as the Alice flies, as the monk flies, as the bard flies. Probably more to the point, because Bunk just doesn't do it.
And neither is Mard.
So we need to head in that general direction, get as close to the exit to the city as possible before we start becoming someone else's problem. And then we become someone else's problem in a large way.
I can do large ways.
Hey,
Perhaps
anybody who
be
has
more
sneak boosting, let's do
discreet.
this.
As long as we stick close together.
Mm-hmm.
We can definitely do that. All right. Everybody rolling stealth, plus your 10 for
Plus without trace.
Ava's path without trace.
Plus
That's
10.
a plus 10.
Is there any way that I can assist Remy?
Remy's doing great.
Remy's doing fine. I'm the one fumbling.
But oh no, fucking hell, Ryland! Not even a
13 and an 18.
You know what? The game didn't even give me the courtesy of the 1.
29. 36.
42.
Clarity, you got a 40. You're just vanishing.
Clarity doesn't exist. Clarity never existed.
Ava and
I
Clarity
appear
just
in
like...
someone else's campaign.
A false Hydra 8 clarity.
You've transcended time and space.
Clary looks up, and for some reason, Brennan Lee Mulligan is there going.
And then Clarity is summarily dragged back into our current campaign when Ryland trips over what turns out to be this is not something Ryland has ever encountered, and probably Remy wouldn't have either. But the gang from Baronsphere recognize milk jugs. So they have livestock, and they have milk that is delivered, and you just clanked over them. The door opens, and it's you think, a kobold woman? Which, yes, when she comes out wearing a skirt, and a little kerchief around her head with holes for her horns, and holding a frying pan. It's Kobold Francine.
Please go back inside.
We're supposed to be here.
Give me an intimidation check, Hazel.
Wait, what is that?
You just said please go back inside, so intimidation check.
This is gonna fail so hard.
Oh!
I mean, okay, possibly it's because the kobold looked at the expression on Remy's face. That's like, Hazel doesn't entirely notice that the kobold isn't quite looking at her when steps back in, gabble something that Darvin recognizes as, you owe us for the milk, and clunk.
Darvin will just quietly pull out a gold coin and slide it under the door.
How long does it take before I process that Remy?
Well, to be fair, it doesn't really matter because you're a little bit more distracted by Darvin sliding a gold under the door, because do kobolds use currency?
You don't know. We
I
owed him
would
for the milk.
ask, but we don't have time. Let's
Yeah.
just...
Let's go.
Okay, I'm tempting fate, but I could let those of you who rolled halfway reasonably keep your rolls. Rylan and Hazel, could you please try again?
With my roll goes up to an 18
that's better.
as it is with the pass without trace. So
Yeah,
should
but
I?
if you want to, I'll keep the highest roll.
All right.
We'll keep the highest roll.
Let me take those.
Thankfully, everything else goes relatively uneventfully. You manage to dodge some patrols, but that does in fact give you an idea of where the patrols might actually be. As you're getting towards the far end of town...
How long do we spend walking? About.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a large city.
Because nice.
Yeah, you're past. I mean, sorry. How long did your pass?
It one more time.
Pass without trace will probably get you. Certainly not to the edge of the city, but probably within another half hour's walk. But you didn't want to get all the way to it anyway.
Mm.
Where you have ended up for your... We're taking a pause. Is... Honestly, it looks a bit like the kind of not quite legitimate sorts of market that you got in Star Coast. It run by the various Musquay sailors who know that you guys didn't get anything halfway decent of anything, and so smuggled bootlegged goods in. Which, near to the edge of the city probably makes sense. But there is a market in operation. There are a fair few guards, which makes for some fairly stressed out stallholders. Because nobody who's doing that kind of shady business likes it when the guards are around. So they're probably going to dogpile on you too if you show yourselves there. And Barnabas is, so do you reckon that would be a suitable fracas? I'm just waiting for everybody's yes, no, maybes.
I'd like to be the one. I'd like to be the opening act if we do go for this one, because I vote yes.
I mean, it's as good as any, I guess.
The main reason I'm getting answers from everybody is because we were at that time, and it would be kind of a shame if Brian had to miss this. So, and I don't want to play Barnabas anyway. I really don't. I know, be it it's move echo, start hitting, but still. So yeah, when we come back in 2 weeks' time, hopefully we all come back in 2 weeks' time, we'll start causing problems on purpose. There, guys.